Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome to a very sober episode of What's on Tap podcast.
Very calm and collected.
Exactly. So, usually you have dry January, but of course we didn't think that far in advance because that's what we should have done this. But we figured there's been a rather copious amount of low alcohol and no alcohol beers that have come out at Systembolaget and in the shops here in Sweden, because Sweden has wonderful alcohol laws where you can't sell anything over 3.5% ABV in the stores. So it's really forced a lot of breweries to get pretty creative and really start investing more and more in the low to no alcohol market. I would say over the past 2-3 years, there's been a huge explosion of breweries releasing stuff here.
This is true. And throughout Sweden, there are a few stores that specialize in having a wide assortment of low ABV beers. And strangely enough, in our little city of Malmö, that spot has been taken by a store that's part of a larger chain. And for some reason, whoever is in charge of stocking the shelves, they obviously have some sort of self-control over that assortment. And they have the best assortment of low ABV beers in the region, I would say.
Yeah. So I would say it's ICA is what it is.
Yeah, it's one of the ICA stores.
Right. And one thing it's like when you were just mentioning that, I started thinking about the other ICAs or other, I say, grocery stores where I've seen a better than average or more curated collection of low ABV beers that aren't just like low ABV versions of Guinness and Carlsberg and Mikkeller and
exactly
things like that. So and they've all been ICAs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the one in Hansa has a pretty decent selection.
That is true. You can usually find Apex, the Swedish IPA maker Apex, in lower
and the one down the one down the street. I can't remember what is it.
From here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. What? Do they have a better assortment?
They have a pretty good selection of low ABV beers, surprisingly so. And so every time I think about the ICAs, they seem to be doing better than anyone else when it comes to.
But I mean, the ICA stores have 90% of their assortment is the same across similar sized stores. Yeah. So it's just in these weird, and the ICA near you has some chili sauces that you won't find anywhere else. Yeah. So someone cares.
Yeah. Every once in a while you have someone that's like, we're really going to invest in the Mexican section here.
Exactly. So these were bought in Malmö at the store called ICA Möllans, ICA Söder, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at one point they had a Facebook page called Möllans Folkis. So Folkis would be... Okay, yeah. Folk is people. So people's beer is folköl. Yeah. That's what historically we've called low ABV beers for the peoples. I bought these here.
Okay. So what do we have first?
The first one is from Dugges. In Sweden, they're quite famous. They're very large for a microbrewery.
Yeah, I would say they almost really aren't a microbrewery. They're so big.
Exactly. And it's called En Svagare Öl, translated to a weaker beer. Yeah. And I think it's an IPA.
It says IPA on the back.
Yeah. It's an IPA that comes in at 3.5% ABV.
It's got...
Made with Citra, Mosaic, and Asaka. So it does have some...
and on the nose, it smells. I get Citra definitely in the nose.
Yeah, but it's very weak.
Yeah, hey, it's there. I would say it's better than a lot of them I've seen. But yeah, you definitely get some hop on the nose. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's a light IPA. It's like a watery IPA.
Yeah,
for me, these IPAs and lagers don't really work very well as low ABV beers. simply because they need more body and they need a little bit more flavor that you can get out of a low ABV version. The most of your lagers almost come off as, I don't know, too much cereal, too much grains. And you don't really. It tastes kind of flat and stale to me. But this isn't bad. This is one where you do get some of the hops. You do get a little bit of flavor on it. Again, the mouthfeel is super thin. Almost water.
It really is. Aftertaste is nearly non-existent.
I think if the carbonation was a little stronger, it might be a little more interesting.
But this is the problem with 3.5% ABV beers. There's not a lot happening.
No.
But on the side of the can, I noticed there's an ISBN number. Mm-hmm. So I entered it into the Google machine, and it does correlate to a book.
Okay.
A book called A Weaker Book About Beer. Okay. So not a book about weaker beer, a weaker book about beer made by Johan Lindberg, which apparently describes weaker beer in Sweden from a historical perspective.
Okay.
So there was more to this can than just...
Well, it is. It looks like it is made with Mondial and Folk. So there's some... I don't know, maybe that publisher is the...
maybe. It doesn't say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah. But this was...
Yeah, Mondial is the publisher. You're right.
So there you go. Yeah, it just says so on the side of the...
So now we made some commercials as well. Please send money to Stefan, care of What's on Tap.
Yes. But yeah, it's okay. I would give this a 3, I guess.
Maximum 2.5, 2.75.
Yeah, 2.75, 3, something like that. And only because it's drinkable. I mean, it's okay, but it's really boring and kind of, nothing that really makes you want to go back for more.
Exactly.
Okay, so next up we have the Pohjala. For some reason, my tongue's not working today. Oh my god.
They're Estonian, right?
Yes, because Polpins, I always think of, and then Polpins is French.
Yes.
I get them confused sometimes. Prenzlauer 0, no. It's a non-alcoholic raspberry sour. Comes in at 0.5% ABV. And it is, it's got some lactose, it's got some raspberries, and that's about all I can tell you. So, it smells raspberry on the nose.
It does.
We definitely got the, strong raspberry flavor there. So let's jump on this. Yeah, and the color is very, very light, almost like a fruit, not a fruit juice, but like a soft kind of color.
Kind of, a little bit acidic, a little bit raspberry. But the problem with 0.5% ABV beer, it's lemonade.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I kind of like this one. I think on a warm summer day, I think this would be a really nice drink to have. But it is lemonade, or it is like a soda almost.
But I'm going to go back to a previous argument I've made. Mm-hmm. This would be amazing as a 5% ABV beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost, I was just thinking kind of like, you could use this as a mixer in a cocktail. It'd be really good.
Then you might as well just make the 5% ABV beer in that case.
No, but it drinks really well. I think it tastes pretty nice. It's got some good raspberry to it.
The flavor disappears really quickly.
It's a little dry. It's a little clean in the finish.
Yeah.
It doesn't really linger very much. It's a shame that there's not a little bit more of a raspberry punch to it. I think that would make it stand out a little bit more. But overall, it's a drinker, man. I'm going to go 3.25 on this one.
I'll give it a 3. It says a rich and creamy non-alcoholic sour. I don't think it's very creamy.
No. Despite the addition of lactose, I'm not going to get a lot of lactose in this. But yeah, it's super drinkable. I think that's what really is the winning factor for me on this one.
I agree.
All right.
Did we run out of things to say so quickly?
Well, it's almost 10 minutes. I don't think that's that quickly. I think
okay, fair enough. That's thanks to the book.
Yeah, the book really drug this one out. All right, well, I guess we could call it a day then. Unless there's something else you want to add. Don't drink and drive. Be safe out there.
You can drink this one, the 0.5% ABV.
Exactly. I mean, you could drink 3.5 as well. It's not going to You'd have to have several of them before it.
Yeah, probably.
Or what you could do is you could put them in the freezer, and then as it starts to get colder, the alcohol will.
If you freeze them so that they become ice, you can throw away the ice because that will be mostly water.
Exactly.
The remaining diluted liquid will be stronger. But
exactly.
That's a lot of effort to go through. You could just go and buy a 10%er.
Well, we're just giving tips to the underage drinkers out there on how to.
Oh no, we're gonna get cancelled, man.
All right. Okay, so you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts, you'll find us. Until next time,
Keep drinking it down.